Goodwill brings to you the weekly share market update dated the 19th of October, 2024. Talking about the corporate segment, we have shares of TD Power Systems surged nearly 6% on October 15 after firm bagged two major international gas engine generator orders worth 142 rupees crore. The company is pleased to announce two large orders from two major international gas engine original equipment manufacturers, with a combined value of 142 rupees crore for the supply of gas engine generators. These orders reflect a high increase in demand from the gas engine segment of the company's business with end use for application in grid stabilization units, base load power and data center, said the Bengaluru-based company in a stock exchange filing. All the generators are for the export markets and will be partly delivered during this financial year and partly delivered next year. The company expects further orders in this segment over the next few quarters. These orders reflect the company's strengthening position in the international markets and higher acceptance of its products for critical applications, added the company. Shares of Suntec Realty surged more than 7% on October 15 after the real estate major posted a healthy Q2 financial year 2025 performance, clocking 520 rupees crore in pre-sales, up 33% on year as demand momentum continued in the Mumbai metropolitan region market. During the quarter, the company's collections increased by 25% year-on-year to 270 rupees crore. Suntec Realty has added 7 projects: Vasai, Vasant, Borivali, Kalyan, Penkopally, Myra Road, and Dubai, totaling 26.5 MSF, using an asset-light approach. The quarter saw a 25% YOY increase in the company's collections to 270 rupees crore. Using the asset-light model, Suntec Realty has added 7 projects totaling approximately 26.5 million square feet since the pandemic began in Vasai, Vasant, Borivali, Kalyan, Penkopally, Myra Road, and Dubai. Pre-sales rose to 1,026.7 rupees crore in the first half of the current fiscal year, up 21.3% from 782 rupees crore in the same period the previous year. Suntec Realty reported 267 rupees crore in revenue in the second quarter of fiscal 2025, a 24.8% increase over the previous year. Collections during the first half of the fiscal year were 609 rupees crore, up 21.3% from 502 rupees crore in the same portion of the previous fiscal year. PC Jeweler shares hit the upper circuit limit in Wednesday's trading session after the company allotted for 0.35 lakh equity shares on conversion of fully convertible warrants. The stock price gained after 4 days of consecutive fall on the NSE. In October 16th trade, the counter hit the upper circuit of 5% to quote at 177.36 rupees per share on the NSE. The company in an exchange filing said allotment of total 48,0802,500 fully convertible warrants by way of preferential allotment on private placement basis to the persons belonging to promoter group and a non-promoter, public category. The company has proposed to split its equity shares in a 1:10 ratio, converting each existing share with a face value of 10 rupees into 10 shares with a face value of 1 rupee, it said in a stock exchange filing late on September 30th. Earlier, PC Jeweler Limited announced a stock split and a major fundraising plan, both designed to enhance shareholder value and increase retail participation. This move is subject to approval from the company's shareholders and is expected to be completed within 45 days following the necessary approvals. Share of Railtel Corporation of India jumped 10% to 449 rupees in the afternoon trade on Wednesday, October 16, after securing a 79.8 rupees crore order from Maharashtra Housing and Area Development Authority. The telecom company announced that it will establish, migrate, and manage cloud-based data center and disaster recovery sites for MADA under the new contract. Railtel shares have slipped 21% in the past 3 months. Railtel was recently elevated to Navratna status by the government on August 30, joining the ranks of top public sector enterprises. The company reported an annual turnover of 2,622 rupees crore and a net profit of 246 rupees crore for financial year 2024, giving it enhanced decision-making power and operational freedom. In September, RailTel also bagged a Rs 156 crore order from Maharashtra Rural Development to operationalize ASSKGP projects across the Konkan, Pune, and Nashik regions. In the June 2024 quarter, RailTel posted a 25.2% year-on-year rise in net profit to 48.7 rupees crore, with revenue from operations growing 19.4% year-on-year to 558.1 rupees crore. The Railway PSU forecasts telecom revenue to grow by 9 to 10%, with project revenue expected to reach 2,000 rupees crore, driving overall revenue growth of 25 to 30% in financial year 2025. Shares of Kolti-Potil developers zoomed close to 6% on October 17 as investors rejoiced the company's solid Q2 business update. The real estate developer locked in its higher-ever quarterly revenue in Q2. The stellar business update also fueled a spike in trading volumes in the counter. As much as 57 lakh shares changed hands on the exchanges so far, a meteoric rise from the one-month daily traded average of 3 lakh shares. The company achieved quarterly sales value of 770 rupees crore in the July-September period, reflecting 22% on-year growth. In Q2 financial year 2025, average realizations also rose by 16% year-on-year to 7,472 rupees per square foot, driven by premium projects like Life Republic and the 24K developments in Baina and Pimple Neelakh. Collections for the quarter also remained robust at 550 rupees crore. In addition to that, the company's collections in the first half of financial year 2025 reached new highs of 1,162 rupees crore, driven by robust sales and consistent and timely execution of projects. Shares of Hind rectifiers hit the 10% upper circuit to scale a fresh record high of 1,067.90 rupees on the National Stock Exchange, driven by high volumes. So far in the day, around 3 lakh shares of the company changed hands on BSE and NSE combined, compared to the one-month average trading volume of 31,000 shares. The company last month secured a supply order worth over 200 rupees crore from Indian Railways. The order will be executed by financial year 2026, according to the terms and conditions outlined by Indian Railways, Hind rectifiers said in a regulatory filing. It clarified that there is no involvement or interest from the promoter group or group companies in the entity awarding the contract. Additionally, the transaction does not qualify as a related party transaction. Founded in April 1958, Hind Rectifiers specializes in the development, design, manufacturing and marketing of power semiconductors, electronic equipment, and railway transportation equipment. Indian Railways remains its largest customer, driven by its strong reputation and advanced technology in locomotives and coaches. However, the company is diversifying its focus, expanding into the defense and aerospace sectors, having secured certifications for aerospace standards and registered with defense organizations, which are expected to generate additional revenue in the coming years. Ajmera Realty and Infra India shares advanced over 8% on October 18 after the company raised 225 rupees crore on preferential allotment of shares to marquee investors. The board of directors of the company in their meeting held today approved the allotment of 31.64 lakh shares with a face value of 10 rupees per equity share to allottees on preferential basis. Shares were issued at an issue price of 711 rupees per equity share, which is a discount of 11.66% to Thursday's closing price of the counter. The company will convene extraordinary general meeting on November 14, 2024, for seeking approval of the members of the company for the aforesaid resolution, it said in an exchange filing. Investors like Mukul Agrawal, Prabhudas Lilladher Advisory, Vijay Ketan, GC Ventures Limited, Mahalaxmi Brokerage Private Limited, Trishak Power Holdings Private Limited among others were issued shares on preferential basis. Star investor Mukul Agrawal invested close to 54 rupees crore for share allotment. Shares of Tejas Networks surged 5% on October 18 in the run-up to the company's Q2 earnings, due to be released later in the day. The up move in the stock was also triggered by a surge in trading volumes in the counter. As much as 18 lakh shares of Tejas Networks changed hands on the exchanges so far, significantly higher than the one-month average traded volume of 4 lakh shares. Meanwhile, Tejas Networks also anticipates completing the deployment of all necessary network equipment and infrastructure for the rollout of 4G services at Bharat Sanchar Nigam Limited by the end of this fiscal year. In addition to the 4G deployment, the company expects to successfully conclude its network equipment trials with Vodafone Idea by the end of this month, according to N. Gunpati Subramaniam, advisor for telecom strategic initiatives at Tata Consultancy Services and chairman of Tejas Networks Board of Directors, a report by Live Mint said. At the current pace, Tejas Networks, in collaboration with TCS, aims to deploy 75,000 network sites, or towers, by the end of this year. The complete network is expected to be fully deployed and operational for customers by the end of this fiscal year. Some delays in the network deployment process are due to the remoteness of certain sites, which poses challenges related to power availability and other infrastructure issues. However, our network is nearly ready, the report stated. Motilal Oswal Financial Services Limited has moved up by 27.35% this week with a change of 221.15 points. It has traded with a net volume of 23.96 million shares. The share is currently trading at the price level of 1029.70 against the previous closing price of 808.55. Meanwhile, the share price is trading above its moving average 793.70, which is a good indication for the stock. The stock has made the highest move to 1064 points this week. While shares are trading with a relative strength index of around 77.07. Angel One Limited has moved up by 15.22% this week with a change of 411.30 points. It has traded with a net volume of 4.683 million shares. The share is currently trading at the price level of 3,114.40 against the previous closing price of 2,703.10. Meanwhile, the share price is trading above its moving average 2,655.33, which is a good indication for the stock. The stock has made the highest move to 3,393 points this week. While shares are trading with a relative strength index of around 64.91. Aditya Birla Real Estate Limited has moved up by 12.98% this week with a change of 350.65 points. It has traded with a net volume of 614.437 thousand shares. The share is currently trading at the price level of 3,052.80 against the previous closing price of 2,702.15. Meanwhile, the share price is trading above its moving average 2,693, which is a good indication for the stock. The stock has made the highest move to 3,125 points this week. While shares are trading with a relative strength index of around 74.12. Nifty is currently in negative trend. If you are holding short positions, then continue to hold with daily closing stop loss of 24,984. Fresh long position can be initiated if Nifty closes above 24,984 levels. Nifty support levels are 24,652, 24,451 and 24,334. Nifty resistance levels are 24,971, 25,088 and 25,290. Bank Nifty is currently in positive trend. If you are holding long positions, then continue to hold with daily closing stop loss of 51,226. Fresh short position can be initiated if Bank Nifty closes below 51,226 levels. Bank Nifty support levels are 51,330, 50,566 and 50,132. Bank Nifty resistance levels are 52,529, 52,963 and 53,727.
You can reach us via phone, WhatsApp, or email using the information listed on the screen. Thank you for joining us today. If you found this video informative, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe for more financial insights. And, as always, if you have any questions or topics you'd like us to cover in future videos, leave them in the comments section below. Until next time, happy investing.